There we go, guys. All that matters is today. What you do today does not matter what you did yesterday or the day before, because so many people on this call, as we see every single Monday when we go over the good news, will be quadrupling or making their entire week on Thursday or Friday. That happens. These are the two best sales days ahead of us. So let's make sure that we put in we give ourselves a chance to win this week and do the activities. So today, guys, we are going to kind of go over some more LinkedIn profiling for about 10 to 12 minutes. We're going to watch this. We're not going to watch the full 45-minute video. We're going to watch about 12 minutes of it. And then I'll follow up with the value added piece right after that. You guys, LinkedIn is a great way to add value to your business in recruiting, but also selling. So if you get on LinkedIn, it is a non-negotiable. If you're in this business, you have to have a LinkedIn account, because when you're selling, every single time that you meet somebody who's high up in a business, if they're a business owner, CEO, office manager, HR, high end, principal, whoever it is, it really doesn't matter who you meet. You need to go at them on LinkedIn that day. It shows extreme professionalism, and it just helps them have that friendly relationship with you over time. Okay, I still message people who I've done business with years ago, head of HRs for businesses, whoever it is. Sometimes you can even set up appointments over LinkedIn as well. Like, hey, it's been years since I've reserved your business. I'm going to come in next week, right? So LinkedIn is a no-brainer, not just for recruiting, but also for selling. Okay, because they get to see you, professionalism, see how big the company you work for. They get to see Globe Life. Wow, man, they represent the Dallas Cowboys and the Texas Rangers. That's pretty cool. They get to see some things about us that they probably didn't get to see in the 2-minute spiel that you had face to face. But also, LinkedIn is huge for headhunting. Okay, so if you are a recruiter for any company, LinkedIn is what they use the most. Okay, so we are definitely transitioning to using LinkedIn to find sharp people. Because guys, we get resumes. We get, Van and I probably get 200 to 400 resumes that come in every single week for people that are interested in possibly working here. But we only select 1 or 2 of those people because most of the people that we get that apply are just not a good fit. But if you go on LinkedIn, that's where you can find like really good top producers, because you hand select, like you literally hand select the 5-star recruits that you're like, man, this guy, he could become a regional director. This lady, she could become an agency owner. So if you really want to get the top talent, that's exactly what LinkedIn. And also, we had a LinkedIn questionnaire that came in last night. John Helton, he used what he learned yesterday, Van, by watching this video, and I got a questionnaire today, from John. So awesome job, John, on making things happen with your LinkedIn profile. So we're going to take some notes on this. This will only be about 10 more minutes. This is kind of going over the how to, like just how to basic message people. So we're just going to watch a few minutes of this, and then we'll have a quick little value added piece.
And that grows almost on a daily basis. So here's kind of the step by step. So you want to search people. So if I click on the search bar, click on people, and you can filter people, or you can just go down and it automatically shows you people that you should connect with, and you just go through connect. So you click these connect buttons. Hey Eric, I don't know if you're on this meeting, but I'll connect to you. So I can send a message. If I want to, I can add a note, but I'm just going to send now. So here's practical tips. So when I do this to build that network, I would connect to about 10 to 20 people on a daily basis. And when they accept that invitation to connect, I get an email, and you'll get an email that says invitation accepted. Then I go to my emails and I just throw them into a LinkedIn folder, because I don't go through these. If it's 2 p.m. and I'm field training an agent, I'm not going to stop my field training day and reply to this LinkedIn connection and start to send a message to this person, because it's scheduled. I'm not going to touch these until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Whenever it's scheduled from 7 to 9, I'm going to 100% focus, put everything else aside, and start to send messages to these connections now, right? So that's the process that's worked very well for me. So then that Gary Thomas was somebody, who knows, a few days or a few weeks or a few hours ago that I said, hey, Gary, let's connect. I clicked that connect button, and Gary said, I accept your connection. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on Gary's profile, because now we get into the message piece. first off, I want to make sure this is somebody I want to spend time messaging. So let's see. So I just click on his profile. I scroll down, and it says Sales Development Manager. This isn't a great example, so let's go back. So let's say Laura Ward, Supplemental and Health Insurance Consultant. View message. Excuse me. We're just going to go to her profile, click on her profile. Who is Laura? Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Okay, that's an area that I can support. Cool. So she worked in the insurance company or insurance industry, or she currently works in the insurance industry with a company called Platinum Supplemental Insurance, self-employed. She worked as a sales coordinator for another company. Awesome. Okay, so there's something I can connect to with Laura. Also, I'm going to look at, do we have any mutual connections? Okay, so Laura and I both know Mark Cheney. Okay, cool. And what does her profile say? Not a lot. And where'd she go to school? Okay, so what I'm looking for is common ground, right? So now what I'm going to do, since she accepted my connection, I can now message her. So I'm going to shoot her a quick message. Oh, I already shot her a message. So let's see what this says. This was on October 14th. Laura, great to connect. Your profile stood out to me because of your start recently with Platinum. They are a great company. How's it going so far? Okay, so now we get into the message piece, folks. This is extremely important, in my opinion. First nugget, don't come across as a recruiter. Don't come across as pitchy. Just find something that you relate to from their profile and mention it in that message. If it's another company you know about, do that. Hey, I was attracted to your profile because you work with X company. It doesn't have to be in our industry. It could be a company that maybe you used to be a consultant for a major hospital and they work at a hospital. Hey, I used to be a consultant for a major hospital and you work at a hospital. I was attracted to your profile. We should chat sometime. How's your career going? Looks like you've been there for 12 years. Just something personal or, based on their profile that you're relating to. And all you got to do is just mention it. So all I asked her, I said, I made a statement, something I connect to, right? Hey, you work with Platinum. Great company. How's it going? She said, they are a great company. Thank you. So far, so good. I'm attending appointments right now. Keep it going, Laura. Okay, folks, you're not seeing me say, oh, well, let me tell you, I'm looking to hire a regional director with my company. We're in similar industry we sell, but our products return a premium. Yours isn't. Blah, blah, blah. The point of the message is to get them to respond. If they respond, you increase your chances and your odds. It's kind of like an approach at a door. If they let you in, you don't have a sale, but your odds of getting a sale are much greater. You don't spill your beans. You don't come across as a salesperson. We don't talk about supplemental insurance. What do we talk about at the door? Cancer and heart disease. They don't really know what you're doing. She doesn't know what I'm doing, right? I just want to start a conversation so she sees I'm not going to pitch her. So this timeline, this is actually a really good example. October 14th, first message to second message, then a day later, I said, keep it going. 15 days later, again, I'm not aggressive with this. If anything ever changes or you want to offer the same concept. So now I'm putting in, we've made a connection. We've gone back and forth a couple of times. Now I'm going to put something in there that might be attractive. Basically, I'm saying if you don't want to travel 4 days a week, then let's talk. She says, thanks, George. How's the structure of your company set up? Is it based at home? Yes. I basically said, we do the exact same thing, but we're able to sell businesses and individuals. And I respect your company, have nothing bad to say about them. It's just that some people I come across don't want to travel 4 days a week. Her response, I agree. It's hard. Now we're into November. I'm responding. We have a dialogue, a little more information now. I give her my number. I ask her for her number. Hi, George. My phone number is X. There it is. Don't write that down. So she passed on her phone number, and now I need to give her a call. Actually, right after this meeting, I'm going to give her a call. I want to give you just another quick example. And Corey, don't hate me for sharing this. I know you're cool with it. But a lot of you know the name Corey Williams. I was just doing the same process. And folks, I don't really target search specific companies. I go through just if it's insurance, if it's sales, if it's management, the same searches y'all do when you're searching resumes on Indeed. Same type of stuff. It's just really about the volume and the consistency, right? So here's Corey Williams. This is August 9th of 2016. Casco hit the nail on the head. This may be a quick process to partner with the superstar that changes your life. I work side by side with 200 plus prior people to your company. I can talk to you about a higher comp, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? He didn't respond for 3 years. In January 2nd, here's what I said. Hey, Corey, I'm reaching out again. I'm in Wichita frequently. I didn't even type the right market. Mistake. And would love to talk to you about the company I've represented for almost a decade. And I honestly can say it's helped me live a tremendous life. And I said, my office is at Manchester in 270. I'll be there in a couple of weeks. Are you open to meeting? I have no idea who this guy is, really. I just saw his profile. I messaged him 3 years ago. Corey says, I'll be back in St. Louis early next week. I'd be okay with meeting with you. Okay. I gave him my cell. We went back and forth for a couple of days. He never gave me his phone number until somehow I got his phone number. But it ends up being, check this out. Corey didn't come on till March, April-ish. And we went back and forth multiple messages just to even get open communication. We had a phone conversation, then we set up a meeting. So that's a really good example as well of this can take a really long time, or it can be a little bit quicker in just a few days or a couple of weeks that you start a conversation with Laura Wood. I also have a representative in the state of Colorado that I went through the exact same process with. She's in the industry. She's extremely talented. 2 months after starting to just have a casual conversation on LinkedIn with her, I flew out to Denver and met with her and her husband, and she may be the next superstar in the market out there. I don't know. She hasn't officially come on, but she's either coming on January 1 or she's not. So in the next couple of weeks, we'll know if she's going to be coming on or not. And that was just through making a connection with a human on LinkedIn. So I just want to reiterate one thing. Don't come across as a recruiter. Remember the purpose of for me, in my experience, the purpose of that communication with that individual is to get them to, first off, communicate back, and then it's to get their phone number. If you get their phone number, you give them a call as quickly as you can, and you start a conversation with them. From there, you get them through your somewhat normal process. You know, you don't want to just throw them into an interview with anybody, but get them through some videos, get them some information, and then get in front of them face to face, no matter what the cost is, as quickly as possible. If there's somebody that you feel has the characteristics to help really grow your business. Okay.
All right, gang. Well, we are going to stop it right there. Hopefully you got some value added from George Zimney, because that was fire. And there's still about 30 or so minutes left of that. So I would definitely invest in your business, invest in yourself sometime this weekend, late at night tonight, watch the rest of it and take some other really good notes, because it talks about the why and also the how to do it. So he just talked about how to do it, keeping it simple. When you're messaging people on LinkedIn, it's not a recruiting pitch. It's just finding common ground, doing some pre-approach, looking over their profile, be like, oh my gosh, I see you went to college at so-and-so. Holy smokes, my brother went to school there. Whatever the connection may be, you just kind of have that in your first initial message, because it is just to get them to respond to you. And then the conversation can kind of go from there. So just, so that was awesome. Because guys, there's so many things you will definitely add value to your business with recruiting and selling. Okay, because you can talk to HR people, you can talk to people who are higher ups in businesses, the businesses that are in your territory that you can't just walk in and set up a group presentation for their staff. Sometimes you have to set up appointments. Well, guess what? Add them on LinkedIn. It's extremely professional, and you're going to have a much higher success rate by adding all the bigwigs in those businesses on LinkedIn. So making sure that you take the time to do that, it is important. So guys, real quick. So today's Thursday. And we're going to have a quick value added piece. So we're going to kind of shift gears. We're going to put it into sixth gear for the last 10 minutes because we need a big finish to the week because we have so many things on the line right now. We are in the middle of the month for the last month of Q3. We got Q4, who is right around the corner. And we are, every year I've been here, Q4 has always been my best quarter for team sales, personal sales. So it's going to be the same this year. But if you want to guarantee yourself a big Q4, you have to start getting things going at the end of Q3, which is right now. So you always start one thing of how you end the thing prior to that. So if you want a big finish to this week and have a massive finish to Q4, you got to have what's called mental toughness. Mental toughness is extremely important in our business. I actually watched a documentary on Reggie Miller. He was one of the best basketball players of all time. He's going to be, he's probably already been in the Hall of Fame already, but he's one of the best shooting guards. He played for the Indiana Pacers many years ago. And actually, it was a documentary I saw that was actually from the big fight at the Palace between the Pistons and the Pacers. But Reggie was kind of highlighted in that documentary and just talked about his success as a career. So he talked about there's talent and then there's mental toughness. The teams that win the championships aren't usually the most talented teams. Okay. It's the ones who are the most mentally tough that win the championships. Okay. If you want to have a winning team, if you want to be a winner, talent can only get you so far in your life. Okay. It's being mentally tough and how you react to certain situations. You know, for if you're a boxer, whenever you get hit in the mouth, how you react to that. Here, if you get rejected 10 times in a row, how do you react to that? If you've gone 10 demos in a row without protecting families, how do you respond to those situations? Because we've all been there, guys. Every person that's on this call, Toy Bellamy, you know, CJ, all the people that's been here for over a year, we've all been in those exact same situations where we are very frustrated. Okay. But it's how you respond to those situations is what makes all the difference. Okay. You need to get in the habits of overcoming obstacles instead of running away from obstacles. Okay. So think about, I'm going to kind of cover a couple of things of how to form mental toughness in our business and just kind of give you guys some good examples. So one of the things is, this is a phrase that I say to myself a lot. This is a very simple phrase. I'm going to push through when times are hard. I'm going to push through when times are hard. So when things are very hard for me, I'm going to push through it because I know that there's an end game to it. I know that it's going to get easier. Okay. Nobody is successful at anything in life if it was easy. Think about Thomas Edison. Over 10,000 failures before he invented the light bulb. Imagine if he gave up on the 9,999th time of attempting to make the light bulb. Imagine if Michael Jordan quit playing basketball whenever he didn't make the high school team. Okay. Imagine if your favorite rapper, your favorite musician, hip hop artist, imagine if they quit when their first few albums were not published. Okay. So here in our business, you have to know that Rome was not built in a day. There is no overnight success in our business. Nobody is entitled to being extremely successful here overnight. It will be too easy. Okay. And the people that you see that's been here for a year, 2, 3, 4 years, or even longer, just know that we all had the exact same feelings that you're having right now. But what we didn't do is we didn't quit when times got hard. We kept going. We pushed through when things were hard, when nobody was watching us. Okay. And guys, it's okay for things to be hard. Life is hard. But the harder you work, the easier it gets. The harder you work, the easier it gets. This career will never be easy, but it does get easier than it is right now. You got to have hope because, guys, what you're doing your first 3 to 6 months in this business will be different than what you're doing in your second 6 months if you work really hard and push through. My first 3 months, I remember there's a lot of people on this call. CJ, we use him as an example. His first 3 months of the business, his first 6 months, look way different than what it does right now. His day-to-day activities is significantly different than what it was his first 3 to 6 months. But things were hard. It wasn't always easy for him, but he pushed through. He had mental toughness. And yesterday, watching Toy do a presentation for probably close to 70 people, his first year, I never got to see Toy do a presentation in front of 70 employees at one time. But guess what? He pushed through when things were hard his first few months. He had mental toughness. Okay. He had a set start and stop time. So whenever you maintain that consistency in those habits, that's what leads to success in our business. So everything that you came here for in our career, everybody came here for different things. You know, it could be you wanted more freedom and flexibility in your life. You know, the prior job you were at, you may have been making great money, but you didn't have any freedom and flexibility. You may have came here because you wanted a better lifestyle for your family. You may have just thought that you were worth way more than what your company was paying you. That's why a lot of people are here right now. Some people, you chose this career because you wanted more recognition. You know, just because you wanted that competitive spirit, you wanted the winning mentality, you wanted to feel super successful and get recognized for your hard work, and you're competitive. You want to win at something. And some people, you guys came here because you love what we do. You just love the policies that we sell. You have it in your heart and desire to go out and protect families every single day and leave them in a better spot and have our protection. And some folks, you just want to leave a legacy for your family. You want to have a future, not just for yourself, but leave a legacy for your kids and your grandkids, so that when you're long gone from planet Earth, they have something that you generated, generational wealth for your family. Well, guess what? The good news is you can have everything that I just said. Everything that I just said, you can have that here. But just like anything in life, nothing that's worth it comes easy. So here's a quote. Since college football starts today, here's actually a quote from Nick Saban. I heard last week at one of his press conferences. He said, to be successful at anything in life, you must form the habit of having the discipline to do the right thing, the hard thing, regardless of whether you want to do it or not. I've heard him say that several times too. To be successful in life, you must form the habit of having the discipline to do the right thing, the hard things, regardless of whether you want to do it or not. You must make sacrifices to have success. You have to give up in life what you want to do for what you need to do right now. And you can't wait till tomorrow. You must do it right now. So think, what does your business need you to do today? So everybody on this call, what does your business need you to do right now when this call ends? For you to hit your goals this week, what does your business need you to do to guarantee success right now? If you're in your first 3 months, a 2 out of 3 day is all you should be focusing on. 2 out of 3 days, all you should be focusing on if you're in your first 90 days. If you've been here longer than that and you've kind of drifted off course, then a 2 out of 3 day is all you should be focusing on. So guys, that was our value added piece. One last little thing. If you guys want to listen to some really good podcasts, go to SoundCloud, Sharpening the Saw, episode 16. So go to SoundCloud, type in Nathan Terborg, episode 16 by Dylan Buck. I listened to it again yesterday. The first 20 minutes is absolutely insane. So Dylan's been here a year and a half. He's written probably 600,000-700,000 of premium in his first year and a half, which is absolutely awesome. He wrote 120,000 of premium in his first 9 weeks. Okay. And he talks about what he did his first few weeks to write 120K. I mean, he was averaging about 12,000 of premium per week his first 9 to 10 weeks. That's pretty amazing. So he goes over the skills and the habits that he was doing and his attitude his first 80 to 90 days of the career. So if you want to hear on what he did exactly, that podcast, go to SoundCloud. You don't have to pay for a subscription. It's totally free. Just search Nathan Terborg, Sharpening the Saw, episode 16 by Dylan Buck. It's called Catching Yourself Doing Things Right. It's about 45 minutes, but the first 20 minutes, he goes through the exact recipe for success. So listen to that if you need it. And it is liquid gold. So guys, let's go out there. Let's go have a massive Thursday. Today is the day. that your entire week can be changed just like that. That one last stop, that one last business. Let's do one more when you're driving home at 6 o'clock. It's raining outside or whatever the situation is. You're like, man, I need to do one more. Because if you get in the habit of doing one more on a daily basis, you're going to be very successful here. So guys, let's go push ourselves. Let's be mentally tough. You guys all have the talent to be extremely successful here. So appreciate you guys being on. Let's have a great Thursday.